No, but I did want to get into this Lions thing.
Okay.
And I'm going to save the Hendon Hooker stuff for next week.
Let's do it.
Because before we got cut off by somebody, I don't know who did it, but before we got cut off, I'm not saying that. Other people have said that. I have not said that. Let's be consistent.
I was just reading chat.
Yeah, absolutely. But no, I wanted to get into this, though. And I'm not saying like reason for concern or anything like that. I believe that there's tremendous value in this. But we were perusing the betting lines on Caesars Sportsbook.
Yeah.
Okay. And we were taking a look at the NFC North, the odds to win the NFC North. Now, the Lions are the favorite.
Yes.
Right, KG?
Yes, sir.
The Lions are the favorite.
Yep.
No surprise there. They should be.
They should be.
30 minutes away from the Super Bowl last year, defending division champions, all of it. And KG, what was the number on that? The Lions were what? Plus?
I had the Tiger stuff. Give me one second to find the
Anyway,
Lions.
He'll bring that up in a second. No surprise, right, Sam Flannel?
No surprise.
As they should be.
As they should.
And the Green Bay Packers were second.
As they should be.
As they should be. No surprise there. Had the 49ers on the ropes.
They sure did.
In the fourth quarter.
They sure did.
Of the playoffs in San Francisco.
Nothing to sneeze at.
Was this division odds?
Correct.
All right, so the Lions are plus 145.
Plus 145.
Yep.
No, a little, I mean, if anything, it's a little bit high.
Yeah.
I would say, wow.
Yeah.
And right away, with them being so, quote, high, I mean, you're getting 1.5 to 1 on your money.
Yeah.
I believe they were 140 last year as well. Or 130. Because I bet that, and it was very similar.
Okay.
No.
So that would get me to thinking, man, if they're plus 1, almost 150, and the Packers are far and away the second choice.
Plus
they gotta be they gotta be under 2 to 1. So plus 185?
For the Packers, yes.
That's pretty close, Flannel.
Too close, if you ask me. But
It is close. But I think with the Packers, a lot of things can be true. For one, they achieved the most important thing that they could have possibly achieved last year, and that's not winning a playoff game. It's realizing that Jordan Love is actually good. And there were some concerns at the beginning of the year, but I think at minimum, he's a franchise quarterback, and hell, he might even be better than that. So that's all well and good what they've done. And of course, the Packers, they've got some young talent, like at the wide receiver position, at the tight end position, some nice defensive pieces, like, Rashawn Gary, Jair Alexander. I think they drafted pretty well. They acquired Xavier McKinney. They've kind of rebuilt their offensive line. All that is well and good. However, when it comes to the Packers versus the Lions, I think what concerns me if I'm a Packers fan, which I'm obviously not, I'm a Lions fan, is that in order to win these divisions, in order to win big, they're going to need some of their players that look promising to take a leap. Because last season, if you look at last season's Lions versus if you look at last season's Packers, the Lions, believe it or not, had 5 All-Pros, if you count Jalen Reeves-Maybin, which I am. The Packers
was he an All-Pro?
He was.
Then you count him.
Okay, fine. Well, in kind of a similar vein, the Packers had 1, and it was Keyshawn Nixon. From my standpoint, if you look at the Packers versus the Lions, obviously the Packers have some really nice young pass catchers, like Jaden Reed and Christian Watson and Romeo Doubs. They don't have a Laporta or an Amon-Ra St. Brown. The Packers, they have some nice offensive line pieces, young ones like Zach Tom, Elton Jenkins has been a Pro Bowler. They don't have a Frank Ragnow or a Penei Sewell. Even the Jordan Love versus Jared Goff debate. Jordan Love is nice, and I think there's a pathway within this year or next year to maybe surpass Jared Goff in the Pantheon. He's not it right now. It's still not really an unknown, but you need to see a little bit more.
If he plays this year.
That's a great point. I think it's likely he does, but long holdouts when you're a quarterback, it's kind of important to get in and have that chemistry with your players. Even defensively, the Packers, they've got Rashawn Gary. He's nice. He's not Aiden Hutchinson. It's just with the Packers, they need some of these guys to step up and be dudes, I think, if they like actual star players, if they want to win the division. I think Xavier McKinney, that's a nice pickup. I don't know if he was all-pro last year, but he certainly had an all-pro caliber season. It could happen, but you just don't know that. With the Lions, you know that they're bringing back all-pros. You know that they're bringing back a dominant offense. So to me, the odds should be a little bit more apart. But I guess people are counting on some of those young players taking a leap, which they very well might. We shall see when the season plays out.
They're counting on the Lions' downfall. Let's just be real here.
They're praying on it. T-Grizzly style.
Every list I see is some form of Packers, like, you know, taking the top spot and the Lions dropping. Like,
and look, I know that and I understand that.
Yeah.
And look, America likes the Packers for whatever reason. I don't get it myself.
Boo.
And Aaron says, let's be clear, Jordan Love is good. He's better than Daniel Jones and Tannehill, but so what? And that's it too. Like, for me, and it's early for him, I get it, but it's not really that early because his rookie contract's up after this year. You know, so it's not that early per se. But for me, I got to back this up, too, since we're talking about rookie contracts, because I teased it in the pre-show before the real show, before Maz pulled the plug, allegedly. Right. I talked about how we're going to get into Hendon Hooker next week, and KG kind of backed up. Some of the people we talked to that are in the circles say it's not going very well. Mm-hmm. Now, all that being aside, I had somebody pipe in right away with, well, he's a rookie. No. That's not what I was told with Jameson Williams. That's not what I was told. If you're here, it's part of the time, right? Mm-hmm. I'm cutting that shit off right away.
Do it.
Hey.
Because keep it real and keep it consistent. But anyway, getting back to the task at hand, the Jordan Love thing. When they were coming down the stretch, and this isn't indicative of his career or anything like that, when they were in the moment, when they were in the mix, when they were a threat to win at San Francisco, Jordan Love made the big mistake.
He threw a terrible interception, like rolling right across his body. That's the ultimate sin you can commit as a
cash to get right if you go back to that time, because that's what happens to young quarterbacks when they're on the road in the playoffs, especially after they come off a mercurial performance against the Cowboys.
Yeah.
It's going to come crashing down.
That was a Dallas choke job. We all know that.
100%.
Yeah, but Jordan Love played well.
He did.
I mean, until
all the chips were in the middle of the table. And you guys know I value that more than you do. I know that your generation, Flannel, you know, doesn't understand nuance and does everything clear cut and stuff like that. And, you know, but we're still friends.
Yeah. No, but that was kind of part of the point that I made earlier when it comes to the quarterback difference. Could Jordan Love have another season where he validates everything, where he plays even better? I could see that as a possibility. We all could. We all saw the talent. We all saw what he did when he led the Packers into Ford Field last year. However, Jared Goff has done it over multiple seasons. So right now, you still have to say that the Lions have the quarterback advantage. And they have advantages when it comes to high-end talent all across the board. I gave you Amon-Ra. I gave you Panay. I gave you Aiden Hutchinson. I gave you Frank. I gave you Sam Laporta. The Packers don't have guys who right now are that yet. Could they be? Could I see Jaden Reed developing? Sure, 100%. Could I see, could you make an argument for maybe like Quay Walker or Xavier McKinney comes in and has the exact same season that he had last year? Or hell, Christian Watson, Zach Tom. We could have that discussion, but they're not quite there just yet. And at certain positions, I think they're relatively weak, especially when you compare Green Bay's backup running back A.J. Dillon to the Lions 1A, whether you want to call it David Montgomery or Jahmyr Gibbs. It ain't even a question. Yeah. Not even in the same stratosphere.
No.
Yeah.
No, you don't even need to address it.
You don't.
Like it's like that. Woodward Sports chat thread. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Jump in to their Art Vandalay. Flannel looks like the new alternative brownie paper towel guy.
I don't hate it. I actually don't. You know what? Honestly, if there was, I'm not going for a look, but if I was, that's not a bad
brownie paper towel guy look.
Alternative, like if he played in a band or something. That would probably be the look.
I've never heard anybody purposely want that look. But
well, I don't purposely want that look. But you know what? Hey, what do I always say? There's one woman whose opinion matters, and she seems to be very fond of me. I'll just say that.
And that's your wife.
I believe it was your words, quote, "I get laid," unquote. Those were your words, right?
I was responding to some, well, man, that was,
were those your words?
Those were my words.
Okay, cool. Good talk. Jan says, I had my donuts today, a nutty one. Nutty donuts slap.
They do.
Yeah. They do. Let's cut the shit on that.
Yeah. The Crunch Donut is really good.
It's
National Donut Day, too.
It is I was just about to bring that up. It is National Donut Day. Krispy Kreme, Dunkin' Donuts, all those places giving out free donuts.
Ooh. There you go.
Get your free donuts.
Not like that Krispy Kreme.
Nick Hedigan, glad to see Neil was invited back. I was worried for him. I'm surprised, too. I'm surprised I wasn't dragged out of the studio after the feed was cut by somebody.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, even though we're the blue-collar show, when you're as talented and valuable as Neil Rule is, you can get away with some things. Like, based off of just talent alone and not any sort of privileges. I will just say that.
No, the rules are the same for everybody. Differently.
Different.
Yeah, absolutely. Cats, Jordan Love is getting better. Goff is what he is. See,
Okay,
I told you guys.
All right,
with the
Cats.
Javi thing yesterday, that's Exhibit 1A for the Instagram crowd that was coming at me saying, no, but everybody loves Jared Goff. Nobody loves Jared Goff more than this town does. Okay.
Yeah, a majority, but
not everybody.
not everybody.
And literally no one boos Javi Baez.
I boo Javi Baez.